Welcome to the Hot Young Designers Club podcast.
I'm Rebecca Plum, your big sister.
And I'm Shaun, your GBF.
We're not that hot or that young.
But we believe it's a state of mind that helps us build adaptable and profitable businesses.
We rely on the support of our design besties to get through each day.
So let's explore the emotional, practical, and humorous sides of being interior designers.
Welcome to the club.
Hey. Oh, hey, Shaun.
What's up, Rebecca?
I forgot. Ay.
Which multiverse are we living in today?
I know. And I just realized, you got to be camera ready.
Oh, yeah, that's why this became a little beanie day. Because I'm like, oh no, I don't have enough
teeny
time for
beanie?
that. Like, it's the boy version of ponytail day.
I don't have that day.
You have hat days.
I do have hat days, and I did it yesterday, but if...
You can't do ponytail day.
Well, I can't do pony, but a hat, I had the worst headache last night. And I think wearing a hat, like a cap and a screen, like, is something in my peripheral vision was not good.
Like constantly having that extra pressure and stuff around your
I
head.
don't think it's the pressure. I think it's something with my eyes. I don't know. Anyway, my giant eyeballs.
That's a problem for the optometrist now.
Oh, that's added to the list.
It's just one more thing. Like,
Okay.
do you like my little on-brand thermos now?
It's very cute. Kind of matches my little water.
Oh, yeah, kind of close. Yeah, it's like this little mist. I'm calling it misty green because in my brand palette, it's called mist, which is that like greenish, somewhat blue color. So
I wish mine was a little desaturated. Okay, speaking of complaints.
Oh, okay.
So I woke up this morning at 5 a.m. So my husband's out of town for the week, which has its pluses and minuses. Yeah. But it's nice for the sleeping aspect. Like, he doesn't wake me up in the morning because he usually leaves really early. So, and it's raining. So it's going to be like cozy morning. I woke up at 5 in the morning. Like, oh my God, I think there's a skunk in my house. Like, not really,
Like
but no.
Hear it?
Oh no. The olfactory.
Smell.
It smelled so strongly. It woke me up in a dead sleep. Cecily even told me later that she smelled it down the hall around the corner. So it must have like fucking
Wafted.
sprayed my door. Like, we have sliding glass doors in our bedroom.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like a revenge spray. I don't know what it did, but I could not go back to sleep. I luckily had a dehumidifier in there already. So I like blasted that, like put a pillow over my face, like, please let me go. I could not sleep.
Like,
and it gave me the worst headache.
the stink would be bad for sure. And I'm sure that's designed, by the universe to be something that like makes other animals sick too. Like, I'm sure the noxiousness of that is designed as a protection mechanism. For,
Yeah, and I don't know if you've
not just
ever
the smell, but like
smelled skunk, like ground zero.
no.
It's a different smell. This was
Yeah.
probably like driving by, it's probably, let's say it's a 10 on the smells bad scale. I don't really mind a drive-by skunk smell.
Yeah.
If you, like, Desmond's gotten, I've had multiple dogs get skunked in the face. That, like, ground zero, it's almost smells like it's a chemical, like gasoline if you, like, huffed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I know what
your
you're
eyes
describing.
are instantly watering. Like, it's this sharp, like, super chemical smell.
It's kind of imagining like when I go to job sites and they've been spraying
Yeah,
like
and you, like,
urethanes or like
physically
heavy.
have a
yeah.
reaction. This was probably, and that's like a ground zero. This was probably like a 1 or a 2. Like, it was really close. So I didn't have the like poison smell, but oh my God, I feel like, is this like my whole house? Luckily, then it started pouring rain and I think it washed it away, but oh my God. So sorry. That was like my very rude awakening.
That's
Like, waking
not
up
a
to
great morning.
Waking up to a smell is like not the vibes.
Is that just like not describing having a baby?
What do
Like,
you mean?
I mean, isn't the same type of
A smell?
a similar response to like, oh great, waking up, they're crying, now I have to clean them. And
Yeah.
Like, that would not be a great start to
But you
anyone's
love the
morning.
baby, so
That's
it's a
different. You don't love
weird,
the skunk, is true. I'm wondering if, like, did Desmond maybe startle the skunk right outside the house or something, and he was inside, and then they just, like,
yeah, he
reactively
was in bed
sprayed,
with
or
he was in bed with me, and like he even looked at like he's usually out at that time, and he looked at me like, "What the fuck?" Like he like
what
looked
did you
back to me.
do? Like, yeah,
What is happening? I think he got
do
scared. I think he
something.
got triggered, honestly, because he's
He's like, it wasn't me.
gotten
It wasn't
sprayed in the
me.
face.
I do feel like, yeah, he probably has some internalized shame
Or
from.
PTSD, I think. I mean, it's really when it's in their face, it's really bad and sad.
I could see
Because
that
like
being
burns them, and then
embarrassing.
you like put Dawn dish soap and baking
Tomato?
soda.
Oh,
No,
baking soda. Yeah, the tomato
you
thing is a fake one, right?
yeah. So you make this concoction that becomes this like burning. Like it's pretty sad. Like it burns. It hurt. Like Terry's fingers always get. So I'm like, whenever Terry's out of town, I'm also like terrified that that's gonna happen, and I'm gonna have to deal with it. So like when I take him out during skunk season, which is like most of the year, I put him on a leash at night. Like so. Anyway,
Oh, it's springtime. That
Yep.
stuff's gonna start happening.
Pepe is out and about.
Pepe Le Pew.
It's Valentine's
Yeah,
weekend.
that
He's
was what it
like getting
was.
horned up.
Yeah, he's like, let me leave a mark right
Let me
here.
look for those cats.
God, oh no. Ew. Unfortunately, yeah, my morning was much calmer than that,
Mm,
fortunately, today.
sounds nice.
Yeah, I like having my I have been I was telling you this when I was up to visit for the retreat a couple weeks ago when we got together, and that I like have my little LA Fitness membership
Oh
and
yeah.
starting my mornings earlier. And it's nice to work out with Sam. Oh yeah, the hotties might not know. My boyfriend's name is Sam.
I think we
In
already
case,
said this. Yeah, I think.
yeah, but hotties might be catching up. So Sam and I, not to get confused with Sam who works with you at Studio Plum, right?
Mhm.
But it is different to have something like that to get up early for, or when I find myself having a very early morning wake up just because I'm like, oh shoot, am I a morning person now? Like,
No.
I don't think so. But there have been a few mornings where I'm like, oh, this is nice. The world's quiet. I'll get up. And then there's other mornings where the alarm goes off and there's no way in hell you're getting me. Like, I'm not going to be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed out of bed some mornings. Still not going to happen.
So I've been wearing I got an Aura ring around, I guess around
That's
Christmas
right.
time. And it takes
Yeah.
a while to like have it like kind of get your cycles and your different patterns of sleep, and
Okay.
it tracks your heart rate and all that stuff. So it's more than just like awake and asleep.
Yeah.
And it finally gave me my chronotype.
Wait, what's a chronotype?
I never even knew that this was a thing. Maybe they made it up, but it's like your sleep pattern, like what your baseline or your preferred most functional time of the day is,
Oh,
basically.
okay.
So
Ooh.
I've always said I'm like a hard 10 to 10er. Like,
Feel that?
I like want to be like out and about at 10 a.m. and night at 10 p.m. like that.
For sure.
And that's what it told me. It said I'm a late. God dang it! It's not on here anymore. It had a little
It's like
alert.
Spotify Wrapped, but for your Aura ring, kind
Yeah,
of.
for
Like,
my time. It said I was a late morning bird, basically. I like to be efficient in the morning, but not too early.
yeah, like I can handle housey tasks, like puttering around, like, oh yeah, I'll unload the dishwasher in the morning, but I don't want to be like working in the morning. Like,
I don't even want to be upright. Like I like a
Mhm.
layabout, which is not good.
The more and more I've started to appreciate
Can't
more
find
and
it.
more when I was interning with Catherine Ireland way back in 2017.
Mm.
And her mornings were usually kind of a little bit slower. She might check in with the team in the morning and then she'd go to Pilates, and like we would be working on stuff until she'd come back and it'd be kind of like mid-morning time. And then she's like, all right, let's get like Pilates would get her freaking brain going, and she'd be
Yeah.
like, all right, I had all these ideas. Let's go. And honestly, like the amount that she could get through very quickly after that, I always thought was so fascinating that it's just like that. Okay, now my brain is going, so you better just catch all this stuff
Like if you
that's going.
start
Like,
later, but then you do something that's like brain positive, then maybe you actually average out your efficiency. That's interesting.
yeah, like instead of sitting at a desk for like a typical corporate-y,
or
like
laying in
8
my
to
bed
5,
watching TikTok for
which
an
is
hour in the
also
morning.
fun, but yeah,
But
but it's
not
like
like gonna get you motivated to.
no, it's not firing anything unless maybe you're like a social media person who's like, I need to be aware of what's happening in the brain rot of the internet in order to keep creating. Then I guess maybe it's helpful. But I was always fascinated by watching that. And then she was often working into the evenings, 9 o'clock. She'd be in her bedroom watching TV. And I see a lot of parallels with that stuff now. I personally hate. I don't want to be in bed doing my work from like an evening perspective. Like once I'm in, let's watch heated rivalry mode. I'm not going to write proposals anymore. Like maybe
It's
I'll
not
be fixing an old
preferred.
blog post or something, but I don't want to feel
Roll up
like,
your sleeves.
yeah, I don't feel like I should necessarily get that deep because I feel like my attention span is prone to mistakes once I get a little too late.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
If I could do a 9 a.m. workout, that would be the dream. Like a little
Can you
bit of
not?
slow morning, take Cecily to school, and then hit a 9 a.m.er. That would just be like such like a housewife's lifestyle. I could get up
Can we
behind.
not make that happen?
I don't know, because then I'm not anywhere until 11, and
yeah, you'd have to
that
have a
just feels
morning.
crunched.
But maybe there's like a class where it's 1 day a week or something, and you just start with that. Like, oh, there's this one
Yeah.
easy lift 9 a.m. class that I'm going to do, and it's every whatever Wednesday or something. And then, I don't know.
But I guess
Like, is
that
there
could
a
be a
low?
goal. I mean, yeah, but I just feel like 1 day a week isn't. I'm not saying it's nothing, but
No.
it's not great.
No, it's more of like the starter, I think, of just.
But that could be a
you
goal to like
start?
have a team like Catherine you're describing that is like starting the day for you, and you're just like coming in clutch with, that's great, you did that wrong, let's try this.
And that's kind of the
Approved.
vibe. She'd be like, here's
Yeah.
a bunch of these. Like, if she, sometimes, like, I remember one specific time she had come back from her home in France, and she's like, had all these receipts, and they were just like paper clipped with notes. And then she had printed some pictures of the stuff that, she had taken pictures of some antiques she had bought while there. And then she was like, these are inventory. These go to this client. These go over here. You need to. And then it was like, you need to get these into proposals. Like,
yes, the Miranda
and she
Priestley
would-
dropping the coats on the desk, but they're
And she
receipts
would
of
have-
antiques.
she would have like, it wasn't even like a receipt sometimes. It was just a piece of paper she had, and she wrote like $700.
Yeah, I mean, you're not getting receipts of
vintage-
Paris Flea.
Yeah, it was like vintage French framing, $700. And she was always writing her cost, so then we had to add on to it. And then she would sometimes write, because some of her clients had houses in the south of France, and she would buy stuff for them, and they would agree while she's there. And she would have it already be in their house. That's how great that would be, of just like texting them, here's this armoire. I'll charge you XYZ for it.
You're getting a
And she
bill
would
for
just,
$35,000.
and she would just at the moment tell them, I'll buy it for this for you. I'll have it put in your house. It'll go great in the guest bedroom. And then they'd be like, approved. And then when they travel to the south of France next, they get to come home, and there's this stuff that she like found for their place, which I'm like, God, what a fucking dream. Like,
it's a dream. Actual.
Anyway, yeah, actual dream. I kind of want to talk about it because this is like new news. I don't know if you saw your text messages this morning.
You mean the 25 text messages? I did.
Did you look at any of them?
I did. I just didn't feel like responding.
Okay. Because
sorry, guys.
I feel like we were talking. Hey, sorry to our Marco Polo group. So the short version of it is that the expert got sold to or bought by Havenly.
Mm-hmm.
And we were kind of talking about this at our retreat, about how much more can the expert really keep doing. And it just feels like maybe it's like at the peak almost, but I don't know.
peak or they fully realized their roadmap. Like, I think
Like their private equity roadmap
they started
get
at
acquired.
just doing the consultations, and then they're like, okay, we're going to add e-commerce into the mix. And
Yeah.
that, I mean, what the structure of it was pretty or is pretty unique because it's all curated and like click buy now.
Yeah, it's that alternative to like, or maybe not alternative. I'm sure they probably see like Cherish as a competitor to that unique stuff they have, or
But it's highly
First Dibs,
curated
and you can get
retailers.
and there are one-of-a-kind pieces, but there were also pieces like by Nikki Kehoe that is still
Yeah.
producing. So they're not like 100% unique. But I'm really surprised because it just seems like that's a pretty big brand now. Like they bought Interior Define when it was struggling.
Yeah, so who all do they
They
own?
bought the Inside. They own the Citizenry. They own St. Frank Textiles. Well, I think it's more than textiles now. They own Burrow.
Have you ever gotten samples from them?
From St. Frank?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost all digital print, isn't it?
know,
And
and
it's
it-
kind of disappointing because they
like,
used
you
to have
get
a
it
few
and
more
you're
original
like,
textiles.
Oh, wait, this is a picture of
Yeah.
a woven rug that is printed on wallpaper. I don't know. I didn't like
Yeah,
that.
their digital printing to me at St. Frank, I feel
In
like
the
there
fabric,
were
it's weird.
you mean what they're printing on? The base fabric?
Well, some of
Or-
it is like a picture, like a scan of a hand block textured linen
Yes.
printed on a vinyl ish fabric. I don't even know what the material would be. Like a poly fabric.
Yes.
And it just feels like,
cheap.
why don't I just want the real thing.
I want the actual fabric that
Yeah.
this looks. Yeah, I think there's they used
like
to
a
have that.
trompe-l'oeil, but not in a
Yeah, I can't
handmade
figure
way.
out. I'm sure someone would tell me about what did that, but I feel like for a long time, St. Frank was global textiles, like original global textiles, or one-on-one. Like, maybe they hit like a scalability where.
Still at a price point. Like, obviously not everyone can afford
I mean, they're
like
still
hand blocked, whatever.
I mean, they're
print.
still, even their printed pillows are still like $270 for some of their like just
Ew.
printed fabrics, which to me, then I am really struggling because I'm like, oh. And then
Sorry.
they have other fabrics that are their own original fabrics or stuff. But then, yeah, a lot of the printed ones.
I mean, I guess it's cool one of a kind stuff that isn't in quantity, but
It feels odd to pay
I just don't like
for
the
a West
texture of
Elm
it.
quality print or something. Like, let's just pretend like
I don't think it's even that high.
I would venture it's not that great. Yeah. Like the digital printing of it.
I
all
always have
looks
clients
good
who are
on
like, oh, I
camera.
love this. I'm like, have you ever gotten a sample of it? And they're like, oh. I don't know. I'm just really picky about the wallpaper texture.
Oh, I'm
and stuff,
100%. Yeah, I was kind of unimpressed by the mediums that they moved to like print on or to put papers on. And I think the other part of it is that like there are other companies printing like they do, but they're using better base fabrics or like.
Yeah, or like a
Like Hollywood at Home
textured-
has a lot of stuff that's printed on like Libico linens. So they'll even change how thick the fibers are on it to match what's going to be printed on it. So it
Right.
looks more authentic. So if like the printed pattern is based off a woven that has thicker fibers, they will match the linen fiber up to
Yeah.
it. So they feel like they're cohesive with each other.
or a
And I've-
printed vinyl grass cloth. Like even that
Yes.
would have been better than a smooth kind of glossy.
smooth paper, but with a picture of grass cloth on it. It's
Right.
like they make debossed grass paper texture that you could put on this
Okay,
Yeah, so-
sorry, I digress. So go back to
to the expert portion of
the
it.
Havenly of it all. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they see a lot more in the e-commerce side because I just
They
cannot.
have to.
I cannot imagine because this is the part I was like sharing a little bit. I don't remember everyone who was around during that conversation, but just that it's a really weird positioning because it depends on exclusivity and like a little bit of a prestige, cool factor, a little bit of, I keep calling this like a starfucker mentality of like people want to be around or adjacent to these sort of like celebrity status designers. And like, I got Amber Lewis to work on my house, which I totally get. If you have the money and you think it's fun to say, like in the same way that you were like, oh, I was at a cocktail party and Derek Jeter was there or something, like, oh yeah, okay, cool. For you, if you like sports and they were there, and then design is kind of the same way for people. So I think there's a little bit of that's fun, but after a while, the exclusivity disappears. And I think that's where they got to in the last like year or two is like my take on it. But I think they got to a place where a lot of other designers, it's very easy for them to offer consultations. And then you pay so then prices start inflating on designers on there because a portion of what the booking fee is goes towards the expert. So it's just like skim off the top kind of MLM.
But it's a marketing platform that a lot of designers don't have the structure
and they wouldn't have a
or...
way to like build that into their business if someone didn't do the work for them, maybe.
Or don't care enough to build it, but they'll like throw out a few consultations on there. Yeah, I see the value for sure. Yeah, I just wonder now what happens. Like, do all the designers leave and the strategy is that the brand equity is strong enough that people won't notice that you can no longer hire Kelly Wearstler on there? Even though she was one of the original investors, right?
Was she?
I think so. Jake Arnold, I know, was a big one.
Yeah.
He's running all the way to the bank, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Good. Yeah. Oh, totally. Like, get your bag. Like, that was
great
the plan
idea.
in the
You
first
did
place.
it. Yeah.
And their private equity partner was probably very much like, this feels very formulaic from like my banking days of, oh yeah, they had like a 5-year plan. They got it over the line. There were probably some hurdles and things they needed to do to build up value. And so they did it.
And they invest a lot in the infrastructure of the website. Like, that's a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
e-commerce side of it is major.
Expensive too. Yeah. I'm just, I guess we'll have to stay tuned. By the time the hotties hear this, they might have already heard. I'm sure that Dennis and Fred will have something to say on the Thursday show this week. And we're going to be...
I think they already said yeah. They've
already
talked
about it. Yeah. So whatever. It's not like we're a scoop on it, but I'm now in my head, my first thing I'm wondering is how much private equity lending exposure does Havenly have as an organization to put this together? Because they have been in this like acquisition mode for so long. And honestly, like the long arc of private equity doesn't look so hot in the headlines. Like, there are successful ventures, and I obviously don't wish failure on anyone, but private equity's track record is a little bit rough. And so you hope that the same thing doesn't happen to Havenly, where like all of their stuff, they become victim in the same way that a lot of the people they acquired.
Like, they're like tender.
Yeah, you wonder. Like,
Are you
how much
watching
exposure?
Industry?
I'm not caught up to if that's a recent episode. I mean, I just barely saw Kit Harington naked so much in episode 2.
Oh, you're
like,
still
I'm
on
so
episode
behind.
2? Oh my God.
I'm so behind.
Okay, never mind.
I've been watching The Boyfriend on Netflix, which is my non-toxic... What do you mean still?
You won't get me on any kind of dating show.
Like reality dating.
No.
Yeah. So if you like, actually, this is related. If you like non-toxic dating, you might, The Boyfriend is
Between
a nice
men.
one. Between men. Yeah, men who love men, MLM. If you're enjoying that, but you want like less salaciousness and you don't want it to be like, what's the one? Love Island. Yes, thank you. That, if you don't like that vibe, but you're kind of like, well, I like a little bit of reality, it's The Boyfriend on Netflix. It's a Japanese dating show for men, and it's a very non-toxic, non-fighty type of atmosphere.
Did we talk about this here before, though? I think we maybe have already done. Maybe on Patreon.
Maybe a little bit, but it's still out because my challenge is, did I watch Heated Rivalry? Yes. The only thing I don't understand, and maybe you can tell me, what is the allure of Heated Rivalry from your perspective as like a cis hetero woman? Like, what made it?
Okay, so Esther Perel did a whole analysis on this. Do you know who she is? She's
No, I
like
don't.
a famous like intimacy therapist. She does books. She had a podcast. she kind of was like the original marriage therapy therapist.
Like a Dr. Ruth type?
Well, you know the show Marriage. Oh, couples therapy.
Yeah.
Couples therapy, the show.
Yeah.
She
Yes.
had a podcast like 5 years ago doing this.
Okay.
And she's from Belgium. She's just really chic and like cool. But anyway, she did a whole analysis of why, like when this was all in the height of it all, exactly what you're asking. I'll send it. Maybe I'll put it in the show notes. But one of the big things she talks about was repair. So women in their relationships with men typically don't see a lot of repair. And it's showing how people with trauma or like different things are dealing with hard circumstances, but they always repair with each other. And she shows these little subtle ways that they do it. So it's like even when they're in the press conference and he like kind of like steps in quietly to support him during that, like there's these little things that happen that are showing like care and love in like still masculine ways that we don't always see.
Yes, I could see that from a therapist, like from a healed perspective.
Right.
You start seeing, I think part of it that stands out to me is also
But women
like
like seeing men too. Like we like the same
two
thing.
men?
Men. I mean,
Like
we're not
because
seeing
they're
like
good-looking?
close up of anything, but still, I don't
No,
think.
there's not. It's
But
a pretty
I don't
tame
know.
show
I
by
watched Queer as Folk.
comparison.
Like there's still hot
Yeah.
guys in it.
Yeah. Did you ever watch
Looking.
The Week?
Oh.
The Week? No, not Looking is also Looking is still way more scene and drama forward than
like,
even
young.
Heated Rivalry or even
But
like I would put Looking and
Queer as
Queer as
Folk.
Folk in the same category of like we're giving you this like kind of fantasy version of gay culture and club culture and like all that, and then Heated Rivalry is like y'all would not have hung around and waited 10 plus years for this man to like figure out his life, and like you wouldn't wait for Ilya to come around that long. You wouldn't wait in reality, but because of the way it's shown in the show is like,
But they're
it's
also
this, like,
very
slow
focused on
burn.
their career. Like their career
Yeah.
is their number one priority.
Yeah.
So they would maybe, if they wanted to, they
Maybe.
would.
If they would, yeah. And I think that's like what's, for me, I look at it and I go, oh, I don't know if like the way that they portray it is definitely limited by probably the source material from the books, which are
Well,
probably
none of
not
it's,
known
like,
for being overly
realistic.
verbose. Like, they're
Right.
not- it's still kind of in that young adult category,
Yeah.
but it isn't as, I would say, it's not as sad as other things that also show like gay relationship dynamics or same-sex relationship dynamics. It's not as hard to watch because I do feel like a lot of gay storylines are very much tinged by tragedy usually. And so it was nice to have a series where it wasn't about AIDS and HIV. And
or
it wasn't, and
discrimination. Well, it kind of is.
Yeah,
Though. I think
a
next
little
season
bit.
might be more about that.
there might be more about that, but even like to see like the reality of like Ilya's coming out is very different, obviously, as like
Like
a
culturally.
Russian national.
Yeah.
Culturally, there's a lot there.
And
But when you think
safety.
about Shane's character, that was kind of what, like for many LGBTQ youth, seeing Shane's coming out story and how his family responds it's like the complete opposite of the trauma that a lot of people were taught to expect. A lot of like young
But yet he was
gay
still
or questioning
scared.
youth. Yeah, and still scared even though
Yeah.
you have supportive and loving parents and all of that. I think they did a good balance of showing it's like, yeah, you can see your parents be loving and supportive and kind and all this and still wonder if it will extend to this other part
But
of
he
you.
has the added
you know?
complication of his career that they're also relying on. So it's a little bit like
Yes.
child star with the parents. Like
The pressure is on
they're
constantly.
they're like
That goes back to that best little boy in the
Yeah,
world thing
for
of like,
sure.
I need
So if
everyone's
he
depending on
wasn't
me.
a hockey player to that level, I don't think he would have had the same. He probably would have come out like he didn't.
Yeah, because there
care
would
that
have
much.
been no anticipation or expectation.
Or
And
like, I'm going to ruin our whole family.
right. Yeah. So I don't know.
Okay.
We're still not over that show. But if your other shows it reminded me of that come up now because the algorithm on my Fire Stick has figured it out, it keeps recommending other shows I've watched in the past. Like one that's funny is there's two series, Banana and Cucumber. It's a British series. Those are fun, but also there's some. If you liked Queer as Folk and if you
Is it a
like
series or reality?
series,
Okay.
I feel like similar producers to what was the one with the priest? What's her name? And the
Fleabag?
sister. Yeah, yeah, and it's French where she gets her hair cut. Like, and so I feel like there's some similar production and humor from that like English humor kind of side of it in Cucumber and Banana. It's two series. I think you can watch them on Amazon. Another one is God's Own Country with Josh O'Connor.
Yeah.
He's in that. That's an interesting one. That's a good one. Again, English. Dang, maybe the Brits are really good at telling some of these. Because Queer as Folk was a British series too, originally.
Yeah, not the one I watched.
And another one with another alum that we recognize is called The Weekend. And it's like that. It's kind of typical like gay kind of dating story. And it has Tom Cullen is in it. He plays the lead character and he's been in like Downton Abbey and he's in something else that you liked. Anyway, he's also handsome. He's
Okay.
in other stuff, but that's a good series. But that one also kind of gets that heated rivalry, slow burn of like, oh, we had this really great weekend. I'm not ruining it. It's literally called The Weekend. And it's this idea of like all the feelings and trappings that come with just like one weekend with someone and everything that all those up and down feelings and that excitement. And I feel like Heated Rivalry captured some of that excitement of when you first meet someone new and you kind of have your own insular world with each other where it's away from everyone else.
And heightened. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So those are other ones that I thought of that my algorithm keeps bringing back up to me. But The Weekend is like 2011 or like this is like so it's like the culture has continued to change so much, but also not that much. When you see Heated Rivalry, you're like, yeah, we're farther, but so many of those same hangups are still there for the real world, you know?
Right.
Anyway.
Okay, what else is going on? I don't know. I'm in this weird place of like starting projects and like a lot of design and concepting. So my project that I'm working on in the ADU, that's like a huge ADU. It's a pretty cool project with cool clients. And they're having me do stuff inside the house too. So I pushed it off a little bit until we could like get past design and with the ADU stuff and then the holidays, but also anyway, now I have a presentation for their main house for full primary suite, dining room, powder room, fireplace makeover.
Okay.
I'm just honestly struggling. Like, I've got a lot of it kind of squared away of like, we had a good concept meeting, so I know the direction for everything, but I just feel really kind of burnt out on tile.
Okay.
And I think I've created this thing in myself that I have to do cool tile.
Yes.
And I can't, I mean, like 12 by 24 large format can fuck off. Like I would never unless there was a really, really strong reason for it.
Yeah.
But that would be just so easy. Just like click floor, you know, like it's just, if you could just do like a basic floor. I just never do that. And I think I've kind of screwed myself a little bit.
It's kind of like a artist's problem of like, well, why did I pick such a bad medium to work with? But I love it when it's done. It's just like, now I'm stuck with oil paints. And in your situation, it's like, well, now I'm stuck with fun, interesting tile.
And now like I'm finding even like fire clay isn't interesting enough. Like It's not textured enough. Or, I mean, for this client specifically, too. They really love Beige, and I love it, but I'm like, are we hitting
Are we
the
close to the
tipping
end?
point? Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
we are.
And
We
does it
are.
make sense for them? And maybe it does, and I think I am going to use it, and I'm trying to use it in a new way so that it feels good for them. I don't know. I'm just like in a panic. I just was panicking all day playing with stuff and just like mass ordering new samples. I don't know. Like, what's next? I just feel like I really want texture and patina in tile, but
Oh my God, what you're saying is it's time to bring back travertine.
it's beige.
Yeah, I don't.
This
I'm
client is
just.
like the whole
I know.
hashtag is debeigify. Like she,
Yeah. Or is glass mosaic. Everything's 20 years, right? So it's like Tuscan kitchens,
I mean,
glass
travertine is
mosaic.
definitely like coming back, and I definitely see a place for that. Just like not in this project, and not a lot of my projects.
What about our smaller format things I feel like smaller format might be where there's room for disruption, because I just see, like, imagine if you had those little 1x1 mosaics still.
Zia just came out with some new ones.
Yeah.
And Fireclay. I do think you're right. I think I'm seeing actually now that I'm like obsessing on every site.
Because you could customize more options.
But they're like $75 a square foot.
I know, that part is a little.
And I need like
getting
300 square
wacky.
feet. It's like, no, probably more than that for the walls too.
And then the hard part is that companies like Wow Design, who have beautiful tile, they are very recognizable.
Mm-hmm.
So once you've done them, they're done and they've been seen. And like for you, you don't want to do that more than once unless there's a unique way to do it. So
and
there are companies doing unique things, but they're only going to let you do it one time.
Right. Or they don't work in a shower.
Right.
That's also what I'm running into, which I'm trying to kind of do this seamless. It's a big, pretty open room, and
Wow has been adding more.
I actually haven't looked at them yet.
Trim, and they also have some like edge corner pieces and stuff. They're a little more modern, but they are starting to add more like component type of pieces that could work with stuff. I think you can also match some of it across their lines sometimes, but yeah, I think it's.
Maybe I'll
So
go
you
look.
found, what did you find that you're happy with, or what's the call to action you want? Like if the hotties see something you're looking for?
Well,
like,
it's going to be too late, but I
for
like
this job.
48 hours.
Yeah.
The call to action is like I'm seeing more and more Japanese ceramic tile, which I'm really liking.
Yes, yeah.
That's beautiful. I think it's going to come into a little bit more mainstream vendors that we have better access to.
Yeah.
But there's right now, like it's not super accessible, I would say. And this client has a budget, but I don't think they're going to want to spend $30,000 on tile. So, you know?
Yeah, I know. That's,
And
I mean, there are
do
people
think
who
a tile
will,
is a place
though.
you can kind of like do a little high-low action if you do it right. So, I don't know. There's just a lot of floor. It's a big room, you know? That's what I think my big thing is. It's a huge room that there's like a big center open area. And I'm like, do I do like a tile kind of rug situation, or is that kind of like cheesy? Like maybe that's where I like splurge on something when it doesn't go all the way into the rest of the room and the toilet room and the closet. Like there's a lot of spaces.
Okay, I'm calling it. I think what you're describing for your clientele is moving closer towards, like, maybe you're not all the way there, but if we're aspiring towards it, it's like a la Ben Mendansky working with Kelly Wursler and doing these like big tile wall where it was like custom tile made for these big projects she's doing. I'm saying whatever the scale of that is for your work, or whatever
For
that
regular
like,
people.
is it just like a local ceramicist makes the border tile for the shower only. And then that's inset. He color matches the glaze or something to the rest of the shower tile that is somewhat less unique. But like, I'm thinking that, or the floor is also that. Like, remember when the Tuscan stuff, people were having custom mosaics made
Like,
to look like Roman installations. Like
Right.
they were pushing that idea, and I'm just like, okay, what's the chic version of that you could
right.
do? That's what's missing right now. Is like, what is the chic version of this?
Chic and edgy. Like,
Yeah,
this client is also a little bit edgy. Like,
it needs to feel cool.
Like black. Like, I'm waiting for these metallic black Zalige tiles. Like, that could be the move in their shower. Like, they're
Okay, I just have one thing. Rockstar. I think Rockstar should have mirrors on the ceiling somewhere in their house, whether it's a foyer or a powder room or some space for a Rockstar should always be like that.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm waiting for some samples for their dining room because they have like a coffered ceiling. Actually, I'm waiting from Philip Jeffries. It looks like they could look really good or look really bad, but it's wallpaper that looks like antique foxed mirror. But I don't know what the sheen is like or the reflectivity.
Ooh. Like but
and
okay,
it has a couple tonalities to it.
My brain is bubbling on something because I need to find this image to send you. This might be a different idea altogether, but I saw Mylar wallpaper that wasn't like Mylar, like a balloon where it was very shiny. It was like almost like wax paper had been rubbed on it, kind of like where it got kind of cloudy a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's still Mylar paper. So do I know what the durability is? No, but I saw an installation that used this sort of like Mylar quality. And I was like, ooh, that, but even if it were gold, or what if it was like cobalt blue Mylar? Like, I feel like there are layers to this.
And in
but
a coffered ceiling, I feel like it's, depending on if it has a repeat or not, like it could be pretty easy to do because you could kind of piece it together.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the repeat as distinctly, but also that play of like the glow and reflection coming back down. I'm thinking restaurants get away with this. Why can't more homes create the mood this way?
You haven't watched you haven't seen Wuthering Heights yet, right?
No, but in the Marco Polo thread, you guys are very active, so it's making me want to go see it.
Just for the aesthetics of it, but there are a lot of room. And you have to watch it. Well, I don't know. I actually think you should watch for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. I think you should, I was watching an AD Middle East or something randomly. I don't know if it's on their on their US version too, but they TikTok. And there's a behind the scenes with Margot Robbie and the set designer who is like fucking genius. Like, it's insane. And you don't see any of these details that they talk about in the movie because a lot of the scenes that have these rooms in them there's like a montage where they move really quickly through tons of costumes and sets, which is like, damn, like I just want to freeze. Like there's
stop there longer.
So there's this one room, I think it's the dining room, that is like a metallic, it almost looks like a gold, like it's like a silver leafed wall, it kind of looks like. And then they took these half rounded, they look like the clear rubber sticky things that you put on the bottom of furniture, like protectors.
Yeah, like feet.
Yeah, but they're like perfectly clear rubber. They look like that in a bunch of sizes. You would never have seen this in the movie. And she put them in these Rococo, I think, patterns of all different sizes. So they're like swooping, and so she wanted it to look like condensation, but in like an intentional period-esque pattern.
I could see that vibe
in this
coming together.
Reflective walls that, oh my God, like it's insane. And I can't believe, I don't know. I just want to freeze so many of those scenes, but that's what you just reminded me of.
Do you think they did like good quality? I'll have to look at what you're talking about, but do you think that they did good quality like photography of those
I'm
spaces
sure.
so you could like later
Because
we
it
could
seems
see
like that
them?
tour, Margot Robbie, sort of sounds like she hadn't even shot yet. So they were touring the set before. And there's like this
Oh,
red staircase. The entry is like this really saturated red with this like white marble
yeah.
staircase. You can see in one of the scenes the marble banisters are actually faux painted wood, which was really cool. But then the underside of the stairs is red fur, which I didn't notice when I was watching the film. So honestly,
Oh.
like you should probably just watch the AD
I should
videos and
see
it's
that
better.
and that. Yeah, because all I know is that a lot of it has like a surrealist
Mm-hmm.
quality. So, and I'm
Reminds me kind
coming
of
in
a
just
Poor
from
Things. I don't know if you saw Poor
trailers and
Things.
I
It's
did.
kind of like, it's not quite that surrealist, but it's a la like,
Poor Things probably was like to the nth degree surrealist.
not based on anything in reality, really.
Yeah, I did like Poor Things. It was just like
It reminds me of that,
visually.
where you're like, kind of,
Um,
what am I watching? This is weird, but also, oh my God, I can't stop looking at it. It's so beautiful. Every
I
part of
need
it, like
to,
the costumes to the people, obviously, are like inhuman in their beauty.
I'm,
So
I'm down. I'll check it out. I love a
recommend, but
little
I also, there's a
artsy.
little bit of I have mixed reviews on it in general, overall, but
I think I need to get caught up because I know that we're gonna have our friends
I know we can talk about it with them.
Lauren Karen from Studio Laylock and Heather Knight Wilcox from Heather KW Styles, who've both been on the show in the past, are gonna be on next week, and they're already talking about it. So I feel like I have exactly 1 week to catch up
You do.
before you guys tell me more. So there's no more like spoilers or things I didn't notice. So I will come prepared.
And it's hard to even spoil it, like the things that I just said, like unless you
Yeah.
know. It's all like you almost want to be spoiled on some of the details so you can actually catch them.
Catch them. Yeah. No, we love a beautiful movie. I think it'll be great.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're working on tile. I still need to go pick up some more tile from Fireclay because they refreshed my stuff around the new year. So I have to go pick up a couple more things from them. Tile has been hard. The other thing, okay, I know we kind of whined about textiles already a little bit. Now we've whined about tile, and I don't I don't have any other new ones to add to that other than
Paint. Just kidding.
what do you mean?
I'm
No,
just kidding.
I was gonna say
I could whine about it, but I won't.
I was gonna say that I've been trying to pull together, and the one area that is just making me so angry about how basic a lot of them are is beds. Beds are, I just feel like I'm turning into a state of mind where in my head, I'm just like, well, I guess every bed's just gonna have to be custom. Like my head is now turning into I want to make beautiful beds, but I cannot. Here's my challenge. Maybe you tell me is there another way to look at it? Bedding in general, unless you're spending an
Bedding
F
or
ton,
beds?
bedding
Oh,
is
okay.
like a fuck ton of money if you want it to look really beautiful and custom, and if you want that like fully beautiful
And then I always
coverlet and
wonder,
all
like, is
that.
that going to even be comfortable? Like, yeah.
Right. And then my alt to that was, okay, I can handle some more neutral, less adventurous bedding because it's hard to find beautiful bedding in the price point that I'm still working with clients until you hit like, oh, we're doing a fully custom coverlet with a Schumacher fabric or whatever.
So $5,000 bedding, yeah.
Yeah, or more, right? So for me, I'm like, well, then if I can't get as far on the bedding, then I need the bed itself, the headboard fabric, the wrap around the frame, all that. Like, that's now where I'm at, where I look at so many beautifully designed beds, but the fabrics are all just neutrals, and it makes me angry. And I just wish more vendors would just sell me like a muslin, like, here's your muslin bed, take it to your upholsterer, finish up the work. Like, I just cannot get inspired by beds lately because so many of them it's like, oh, this is nice. The shape is great. It's just beige. They're all beige. Like,
So, agreed. I've been handling that a couple ways. So, Four Hands always has great bed profiles.
Mm-hmm.
And if
They
you're
do.
buying at a good enough price, it's sometimes worth it. I do it a lot with their chairs and stools, dining
Yeah.
chairs that like are easy to pull apart. And then some of their paneled beds, I think you could do it with fairly economically.
Yeah, because their pieces, like the headboard is its own piece.
Like if it's
the
a wood
frame is its
frame with a
own.
panel, yeah.
Yeah.
But so when I was doing the concept for this house I'm working on now, I showed them some custom beds, and they really liked this idea of like a leather panel in the middle and then like a fabric kind of bumper
Around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to have to go custom, but then I looked at Norwalk. So Norwalk, the great thing about them is you can kind of customize everything as far as like applied finishes, like the fabrics and everything. They will work a lot with you. Even if it's not in the book, you can always email them. So
Yeah.
I found one that is similar enough, and it's just spec'd as one fabric, but I emailed their special applications department and said, hey, could you do the center panel in leather and then an alternate fabric? And they said yes.
Cool.
So I think there's some things like that if you can find a profile that's close enough that I'm trying to push into new applications of fabrics, especially with Norwalk, because it's a nice enough price point that most of my clients can still do it. And it's easy enough to get. I don't have to coordinate a bunch of shit, which is a whole nother part of it.
Yeah, and the inspections and all the stuff of it all is a whole thing. And like, it's nice if you have a vendor that you already know you can talk to.
Yeah, and they're professional. So they use email.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, I believe that for you guys, especially in your market, like for me, the reason why I even have confidence to order from a local upholstery place, because I can walk
go there,
and say, show me this, what's going on? Like, that's not what I mean. I have options. Whereas for you,
I have to go
I know
to LA.
it's like, yeah, you're not going to fly down and go,
I
hey,
might.
bud, you're not. But like, if the upholstery shop doesn't use email and they're terrible at messaging, which many of them are, that's very annoying.
I'd have to use one that's
like,
a little
responsive.
bit more substantial.
Yeah,
which
I feel the same.
Isn't going to like save me money, but will expand the options of customization.
Correct. Yeah.
So I don't know. I've been just like paying attention, and I know you do this too, to upholstery applications that aren't necessarily fully custom, but it's like, oh, just by applying the fabric in a kind of unique way or adding different welts. Like I kind of forgot that Norwalk has a bunch of trim options. So you can do like a caterpillar trim. Like, I don't know where we were, but I saw a sofa that had the caterpillar welting, and it was so cool. Like just like this oversized fluffy welt.
Yes.
And just like could be a basic frame. But if you do that with a combo, I don't know.
No,
like
there's
you probably do that with a
options.
bed too, you know, like their basic bed.
Yeah, I'd probably have to start from like basic frame and then really dig in. And I know they will do COM. I think my challenge was also that I just wish that everything didn't have to be COM for me to find more options, because I feel like in general, I think some vendors are very close to having some like, not, I guess I don't want to say like viral. I'm trying to think of like, they're very close to having products that are very sellable, commercial. I don't know what the word I'm looking for.
But then you wouldn't want it anymore.
Like,
that's the problem. Like we were talking about with the
tile.
Yeah,
you're probably freaking right. Yeah, I probably would just be like, now everybody has it. Now everybody has that chair. Now everybody has that thing.
Like someone comes out with one cool fabric chair and or pattern chair, everyone's going to have it. Then you're not going to want it. So you just kind of have to customize.
I think that's kind of the only way forward. Because you know what? Now that you're saying this, it reminds me of that. They have that cool Missoni looking iCat looking kind of fabric.
It's a
That's
velvet.
pretty. Yeah, I should. That was on their banquettes when we were there, and I'm remembering that they were trying to show the different applications that they would do.
Yeah, so see, look at them with like maybe the whole thing isn't just like, you know, full wash of the same fabric, but if you could like add unique details, which doesn't cost more with them, which is the cool part.
Yeah, I mean,
God,
I'm not
my
going to go
vocal fry.
Yeah, it's very Angelino today. I think part of it is that the editing is very distracting sometimes. And you and I have talked about that endlessly with different vendors, where it's like once you get into it, you know what you're seeing and you're like, I got it. Like,
But this is where ChatGPT does come in clutch to be able to visualize it, because their visualizer won't do these special applications.
That's true. I like that. Are you doing the Twilight bed? Is that the one you're talking about? The one with the lights? Or you're doing...
No.
Which one?
The Kim one. I can't think of what it's called. It's got like a
camelbacky looking. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna look fucking sweet.
I know. I haven't picked any of the fabrics yet, but now that I know I can apply the leather, which it's just gonna be way easy, especially like doing custom with leather. Like I don't want to figure out hides and stuff. So
yeah, it is nice to let them do that work and tell you how to do it. And that's what I like about like the custom shops and people. I just think my general frustration was as I'm sourcing for a project,
I hear you.
Like there is not one good option. And I'm like, great, now I'm that person. But also it's good because it's challenging
I'm
me
that
creatively.
Person that's like
but custom everything. Because I can't produce what I want the way I see it. Like I have to do more layers. I have to.
And I'm becoming, it's, I mean, I've always known this, but it's more true to me that this is what sets us apart. This is why clients should hire us. Like yesterday, Samantha, I gave her the fun task of figuring out and ordering hardware for the entire ADU. Doors, locks, swings, and then all the cabinets, which there actually isn't a lot. There's only like
a few,
3-4 entrances, but the studio section of this has 2 doors for each door. I've told you this.
Yes, yeah, it's all doubled up.
Yeah, because there's like a room within a room. So like you open one door and then you're going to see another door because it's like a sound protection thing.
Yes.
So the door swings are all kind of weird because of how it turned out. So anyway, I'm like, okay, you're going to learn how to order from MTech today.
It's your turn.
And she's like, okay, whatever. And then at the end, like her eyes were like the red spinning pinwheels. She's like, oh my God. Yeah, like it makes you feel crazy. But I was telling her at the end of it, like, okay, I know it's a huge pain. And she was mostly having a learning curve of like how and why and all the different details you need to figure out. But like this is why clients do and should pay us to do this, because we are going to figure this out and make it right. And a normal client person you can't just go on Bill.com and necessarily figure this out. And we should be doing things custom. Like, so in the bathroom, like we're doing a split finish on the pocket doors. So the outside is going to be the sand cast bronze to match the rest of the house. And then the inside of the bathroom is going to be unlacquered brass because that matches that side of the room. So those are the designer details that we have to go through the pains of figuring out. But then clients are like, oh my God, I could never have done this myself. Like that's what you want them to say.
Yeah, they should feel like nobody else could have done this better than you, and it looks so good.
Or especially clients that kind of can do it themselves, like they have like a decent eye and like are design enthusiasts, like these kind of are. But she's got a job and like, you know, doesn't have the expertise or know who to call to figure it out. Like we had to do the whole thing and get on the call with customer service. Did we do this right? Yeah. Like it's just, anyway, that's my little soapbox. Of if you can customize, start doing it in small ways, like just when we got on the call, I haven't even looked at them yet. I got some counter stools back. They're dovetail counter stools, so not that expensive, but they only come with like a beige linen schminen seat.
You do.
Which, as they do, so it just looks like kind of farmhousey. But we applied like a floral velvet wine-colored pattern on them. And it's going to be insane.
I'm excited.
I know. I'm going to go take a picture as soon as I get off the phone. But that didn't add a ton. I mean,
it's not that
for the client,
much.
It probably added $1,500 for 4 stools. But
they're spending a lot more than that, though. That's the difference of what we're talking about is like proportionally for this client, that $1,500 isn't the biggest chunk of anything.
No, and we're not doing anything else in the kitchen. It's like kind of trying to refresh that whole area that is going to be a huge lift when everything else is pretty plain.
It's like not even a percent.
And
probably.
She loved the fabric. Like she's like obsessed with the fabric. So and they're going to be more child friendly because they're not white.
Yeah, that's true.
So
damn. Okay, well, we're both
customize little things.
pushing on custom. Yeah.
Start
Extra
with
layers.
counter stools that don't have a back. Like it's so easy to do those. You can almost do them yourself.
This is going back to I know we didn't spend a lot of time on this before, but like my new like brand pillars that I've been focusing on since the retreat are around cool, collected, layered, lived in, and delightfully different. And that's sort of this is my formula. Like I'm grabbing a piece of furniture, it needs one more detail.
Yeah.
It can't just be one thing. Or if it's going to be one thing, like let's say it's a basic bed, then if it's not a cool fabric, then it better be doing something that contributes to lived in or layered or collected. Like I've got to
Or maybe the bedding comes in and you find really a cool duvet or coverlet or something that's going to just like you don't even notice the headboard necessarily. Yeah.
And that's like using that formula, although it could sound like it's restrictive, it's actually helping me find more pathways to creativity. Because I'm like, well, if it's just going to be a basic bed, then I need to find cool, collected, detailed, layered. Like I've got to bring something of that to this. And it's not like every piece is the Beyonce. It's just every piece deserves something more than just plain treatment. Even if it's when it gets to the end, I'm going to have to style the shit out of it. Like, okay, have a plan. And I think that's what's making it more intentional as I like rebuild from that creativity is I have some things to look at that tell me, no, you didn't hit that yet. It's not quite there yet.
Yeah.
So I think we're on that journey. Lauren and Heather will be good to talk to about this because they're both pushing this year in their businesses too. So it'll be fun to talk
Well,
to
I don't
them
think
next
Lauren
week.
knows how to buy something off the rack.
Oh my God. If you want, yeah, exactly.
She's the
Lauren
custom queen.
She will get you that custom shit. Yes, absolutely.
And her clients know what that costs. So
yeah, you guys will love them. They're going to be on with us next week. And
goals.
We're gonna probably we'll see how productive the conversation is. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Stay hot, designers.
Thanks for listening to the Hot Young Designers Club podcast.
For more on what we talked about today, check out the show notes.
Your support helps us grow, so share with your design besties.
And subscribe and leave a review on Apple Podcasts.
Our conversations continue on Instagram.
And be sure to download our monthly resources on our website and our Patreon.